Greetings, my sports to the bone people. Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody is doing okay. Hope you're all enjoying this beautiful Friday evening. Yes, man, jumping into the weekend, my viewers and subscribers. I tell you, long week, but we are now into the weekend. Anyways, time to talk some cricket, lovely cricket. So earlier today, I sent out a video, talking about the West Indies T20 team, saying that they are now in Sri Lanka and, they are getting themselves ready for the first T20 game. Now, I was actually looking back at the squad and I realized that we are missing quite a few of the players that have been a part of the squad over the last 15 to 18 months. But, I see it as an opportunity for some of the new guys, some of the guys that just got called up. I see it as an opportunity for them to go out and, show what they're capable of. Because in any successful team, you're always gonna have a squad that is deep. So even when a man is performing well, he's still wondering because he knows that the competition is very tough. So that is something that I thought about. I was also looking at the ICC rankings and I realized that we actually moved up to number 3. The last time I checked prior to today, we were at number 4, so not too sure how we ended up going up to number 3. But I am hoping that after this T20 series against Sri Lanka, we will have a few more players improving their individual rankings. You understand? With the team being ranked at number 3, that is definitely testament to what has been going on under the leadership of Darren Sammy, Rahman Powell, and the new administration. The players in extension, they are playing a lot of T20 cricket around the world. So as much as how we knock the T20 franchise scene, you understand, players still get an opportunity to develop. They get an opportunity to work with other coaches that are specialists in different areas. So, when you put that with the work that Darren Sammy has done, you get the team being consistent, winning 4 or 5 series, moving up from number 7, 8 to number 3 and 4 in the ranking. So, this series here against Sri Lanka is going to be very interesting to see how the players will turn out. When I look at it, our highest rank T20 batsman right now is Nicholas Pooran. You understand? And Pooran is at number 8. You understand? Johnson Charles is also up there. Johnson Charles is rank 12. You understand? And we see Brandon King further down in the ranking. You understand? So those are, I think Brandon King is ranked about 14th or so. But it's good to see that we have a couple of the guys, Brandon King and Johnson Charles there. You understand? Nicholas Pooran, who has been leading the way of recent, isn't on this tour. So it definitely means we need somebody to step up and to really show what they are capable of. You understand? In terms of the bowling for us, we are working with Akil Hussain. He's ranked at number I think Hussain is actually ranked at number 2. You understand? Hussain is ranked at number 2 with Gudikish Moti at number 4. The next best would be Azari Joseph at about 13. So we definitely have a couple of players that we expect to really go and perform. You understand? So I am just hoping that when they come together as a unit, they can pull it together. Because at the end of the day, you have people rising up in ranking, yes, but a man's you can have a player's individual stats going up and the team is not really moving in the right direction. You understand? Because we are consistently losing games. But fortunately for us, that hasn't been the case. We have seen steady improvement from guys like Hussein, you understand, Hussein, Moti, Puran, yeah, you understand, Johnson Charles, we even see Alzari Joseph coming up also, you understand, leaking a lot of runs in about taking wickets and stuff. So that's a good thing that we see these guys getting moved up in the rankings and the team is also winning, because it's a team sport, so as much as how people want their individual accolades, it's a team sport. So as we go into this series here against Sri Lanka, I'm just looking forward to seeing these guys going out there and really grabbing this opportunity with both hands. Sheffield Rutherford is somebody what I want to, he's a player that I want to zoom in on a little bit in this squad. You understand? Sheffield Rutherford, my viewers and subscribers, prior to the last T20 World Cup, you understand, he was really playing some good cricket, batting at number 6 for us and doing well. Went to the IPL, didn't get a chance to play, but then after that he came back and didn't do too badly at all. You understand? In the I think he was in the World Cup. Unfortunately we didn't get a chance to see him for the entirety of CPL 2024. He had to leave for personal reasons, and whatever those personal reasons were, it would appear as if everything is back in order because he's with the squad. So I am looking at it, and I am saying to myself that it's a perfect time. It's a perfect time for him to just go out there and remind fans that, yeah man, he's still on that upward trajectory, upward movement. You understand? Shimron Hetmeyer, who dominated in the CPL, you understand, he's not on this tour, so you would expect Sheffield Rutherford to play the same role that Shimron Hetmeyer would have played if he was there. So would be nice to see him doing some work there. Prior to I think it was even before the World Cup, we had a conversation on a live show. Not even a conversation, we had this conversation several times on the live, where we're talking about Rutherford possibly playing a different role. We were hoping that he would have gotten an opportunity in the CPL to really open the innings. You understand? We know that it's a franchise thing and it's not CWI based, so they are not necessarily doing things to benefit CWI. That's not their main objective. Obviously, there are certain memorandum of understanding in place where CWI and thing will benefit from CPL. But their main goal isn't to really develop West Indies cricket. I'm talking about the CPL. But we were hoping that and fantasizing, that Rutherford would have batted at the top of the order, open, get an opportunity to open, and would have scored some runs. But it wasn't to be. It wasn't to be, my people. And I am saying this because this is something that I have said several times. He, in my opinion, I am obviously not a selector. I am not at the level of thinking, in terms of cricket that like some of these guys that run in West Indies cricket. But Rutherford has the technique to deal with spin, and he has the technique to deal with pace. A lot of teams, they are starting to open with spinners and stuff. So he's not only the pace. He has the technique to deal with the pace. He has the technique to deal with the spin. If he should open, you understand. So I don't know if that's something that's ever going to happen. We have several times, there are things that we have called for, asked for, and we don't see work out. For years, even people from India in the IPL have been asking for Andre Russell to return home and play some cricket, local cricket, and open and bat, you understand, so that his role can start to change a little bit in the IPL. when I see that. So sometimes we have some ideas and we just have to call it wishful thinking. But I think this is a perfect opportunity for Sheffield Rutherford to once again show people that he's at that level. We expect to get a lot of spin from Sri Lanka, especially playing them in their backyard. He's pretty solid at facing spin, so definitely looking forward to seeing what he will bring. So Rutherford is one player that I wanted to highlight. The next player is Ruston Chase. You understand? And Ruston Chase, my people, one thing is for sure, generally speaking, whenever his team is under it, he usually comes through. Understand? He usually comes through, man. And he once again showed that in the CPL final. You understand? I call his name because I think, with Akil Hussein not being there, Ruston Chase will have a bigger role to play. He's obviously going to be there to help us with the batting. He is good at rotating strike when facing spinners. So he's obviously going to be there to help us with that. But, if we have him in the team, we are obviously going to depend on his bowling. You understand? It's not like he usually go for a lot of runs. Generally economical, and if you are getting batting from him, that will also be good. And I brought up his name because he's the vice captain of the team. You understand? And usually very cool under pressure. So I am hoping that he will be able to help us across the line in this series. And the final person I want to talk about, I probably need to do a video before the game just looking at the players and talking about what they need to do. But the last one that I want to highlight in this video is Evan Lewis. And when the squads came out the other day, the ODI and the T20 squads, I was saying that it seems as if they picked the squad from early in the CPL. You understand? Evan Lewis getting back in, it's good to see. You understand? And the fact that he's in the squad, I want him to play him. You understand? The fact that he is in the squad, I want him to play. You understand? I know that Andre Fletcher was good in the CPL to an extent. You understand? Scoring games, scoring runs for his team. We know Brandon King was in and out. But we already hear the captain, Rahman Paul, saying once fit, Brandon King will open. You understand? But if we bring back Evan Lewis at a time like this now, I don't want him to rub the bench. You understand? So we're gonna have to find a way to make sure it works out. My son, whenever I talk about Evan Lewis, my son as if I am biased, and just want him to play. But I have said it before. From West Indies start, from CPL, from T20 became popular. You understand? I don't rate any other West Indian opener apart from Chris Gale above Evan Lewis. You understand? Lendl Simmons, he operated for us for years at the top of the order. Played some very good innings, but I know what I have seen in the past from a fit and firing Evan Lewis. So, I don't know if I can say he's fit and firing now because, he scored a couple of runs. He scored a century in the early stages of the CPL, and then we didn't really get much from him after. But I want to see him in action again. You understand? It's a good time to really give him a go and see how it works out. So definitely going to be keeping an eye on how all of this will work out. And one thing that I need to mention, you understand? One thing that I need to mention about Johnson Charles that I didn't mention it after the CPL. We need to give Johnson Charles some props for innovating himself. You understand? We all know how dominant he was on the leg side. You understand? And teams usually try to set a trap for him quite early. You understand? But throughout the CPL, we have seen him playing a lot of reverse sweep and reverse rump and all of them sort of things. The first time he played it, it didn't work out too well. He got out I think caught at mid-on trying to play a reverse sweep, but you know, he utilized it further on in the season, and you know, it worked out well for him. So you know, I just wanted to send a shout out for innovating himself like that at his age, and you know, managing to give himself more areas to score. So you know, just wanted to highlight that. We're going to leave this one right here for now, my people. Hope you're all enjoying this Friday. And just before we go, in case we have any football people on here, you understand, I was watching the Jamaica Reggae Boys last night against Nicaragua. Now, Nicaragua, not a very strong team, you know, but we didn't play too badly at all. You understand? One player in particular that I was impressed with, you know, is Tyreek McGee. They actually played him off the right. You understand? He's actually a midfielder. You know, I remember watching him playing for Jamaica College and stuff like that. He's a midfielder, but you know, in last night's game they played him coming off the right, and he was composed on the ball. Composed, was beating players, was stringing the ball. You understand? But I know for sure that once everybody's fit and firing, you know, Maggie is somebody that if they are playing him, they're gonna have to move him in the middle, because he doesn't have the pace to really play on the wing like that. You understand? But and plus Leon Bailey is also, you know, also plays on the right wing. So you know, I just want to say shout out to the Reggae Boys for securing that victory. We go up against Honduras next, so you know, I just want to say big up to them. And it's always good when you see the youngsters coming through, you know, the young schoolboys coming through. You understand? As I said, Maggie, you know, coming from out East Kingston there, I remember always going to Stadium East to watch him, you know, walking from work, going over to Stadium East to watch him, and you know, going over JC to watch him and everything. So to see him coming through this high school ranking like that, going professional and you know, playing is really good. So I mean, we have a lot of overseas players, we have local players that are performing well also, but you know, I have to say shout out to a player that you know, somebody that I would have watched over the years coming through high school. So yeah, gonna leave this one right here. So for now, my people, we'll touch base again later on. Probably tomorrow I will give you guys my playing 11 for the first T20. Alright, gonna leave you right here. So for now, my people, here they miss a man in our background, start making nice. Big up on yourself, my peeps.